Laura, and welcome to another daily flight in Sparrow Warfare, the upcoming game from Neon Aurelius. And as always, if you like what you see, jump into that Steam link below, get it on your wish list, look out for further announcements, and also check out the wiki if you want more details. So today we are back in the Way of Song. We've been in Way of Fire for a couple of days, so back now to our strategy of trying to draw as many birds as possible, to then hit them, multiply up that song, use that song to attack the birds, get us our nice glitter bombs, beat the boss, or occasionally to defend if we've suddenly drawn out more birds than we can cope with, which I have done a few times. And our modifiers, we've got Pumper Run, which I do like. We had that a few runs ago. This is where we get the Pumper Run buff, effectively infinite for the whole game. And what that means is that anytime a tile gets destroyed, we get a new tile in hand. So there's some really fun things that we can do, particularly with our wild tile modifiers and the poacher who destroys our tiles. We get them back again. It's nice. Unfortunately, we have Behind Chef, which reverses the order of the opposing tiles at the start of every turn. And that is a bit of a pain when our strategy is trying to pull out as many birds as possible, because it means that we can get really close to taking out the front bird, and then suddenly that front bird is at the back and the brand new bird that's just fresh comes out to fight us, and we've got to wear it down, and this one bird that's potentially hitting us for 10, 12, 20 and only needed a little bit to go is defended by all the other birds in front of it. So we'll have to look at things like how much song can we get out, freeze those birds, and then use song to attack and take them out as well. And we've also got Forgetful, which is not fun because you lose a random tile from your hand at the end of every turn, and the law of random number generators is that that tile that you lose is going to be the one that you were depending for your strategy for the next round. Just, it happens. So we've got to think about how we shift our strategy if we lose our key tile. So without further ado, let us jump into that game and see how today looks after us. Okay, so our usual hit Sister Claws, take her out, boost up the defence, and get our Way of Song, keeping our little run of 1, 2 and 3 so that we can attack whichever of the first birds comes out, and that destruction has given us Sing Starling as well, which is very nice. Right, so we can, we're well defended against both Bridget and Howl, but we can just use that 2, 3 and 4 to take Bridget out, discard our low value song, and save Howl for next turn and lose one of our 4 song. That's a bit of a shame. Right, so 2, 3, 4. And a bit of an overkill on our defence, but that's the run that we've got. And save out our song for hopefully having not only some more birds, but also something to do with it. There we go. Attack the boss with the song values combined. And here we see that flipping of the tiles. So Howl, that we'd got almost 6 out of 15 left, is now at the back. I mean, we don't have that much of the attack to take him out anyway, but that is a bit of a pain. But what we can start off with doing is get that Disco Fiasco out for 5, as well as building up our defence. Didn't mean to do that. That's what happens when I am talking and not concentrating, because I should have played out the Sing Starling for 5. And I've now wasted that Disco Fiasco. going to keep that in because yeah, it just shows how stupid you can be when you're not concentrating. Right. So we've frozen up possibility, but everybody else is still potentially going to attack us. So we definitely need some more song out. So I'm going to grab out. I think we'll grab out the cuteness, just to make sure we can take down that defense, and yeah, we'll draw out some more tiles. We want to build up that, just to again to take out our birds, freeze them up. And we may get the glitter bomb. No glitter bomb. So well defended, but I am annoyed with myself for making that error. There's the glitter bomb, but that's good because we got plenty of song out. We'll certainly lose Howl out of this, that can't be helped. Because each song after he's frozen takes him down by one. But we want to... Losing his song is still going to give us more song on the remaining birds. Right. So I'm gonna make that glitter bomb going off straight away because then I don't have to worry about the defending against the beak, because 66 is definitely enough to take him out. There we go. Not playing the drop now. Just build that down. Oops. Oh well. Miscalculated on that one. I won't bother about a bomb that's going to go off in for 11. Actually, no, I'm not, because I could get some nicer song tiles, or not, as the case may be. Okay, at this point, with no further birds to come out, I might as well just start hitting out some attacks. Wakes the boss up, but at this point it doesn't hugely matter because it just gets a bit boring if we're sitting there waiting for the boss to wake up. And there we go. And that way around to get us a itty bitty glitter bomb, and the boss gets attacked for one. I still need defense, and I'm going to need to open up at least one of the birds to see if we can get some more defense out of them. Well, that's going to be useful for later, but not particularly useful for right now. As is that. There we go. Get a higher value defense, and we'll just waste out that green dragon for now. Just a little bit of glitter. We all know that a little bit of glitter still goes a very long way if we're not careful. Peacock's Getting a little bit of extra, but it's a useful one to have in hand for later. Not having a lot of attack, but what I can at least do here is use that song to make sure I'm defended. Fire that out just to clear up my hand, but gonna need some more defense. Oh. I like Side Hustle a lot. Side Hustle is not... It could do. I'm gonna take a huge gamble. See if I can get a couple of good tiles. I want to get the draws 3 tiles from Pump Run. That's good. But now Feather's Fury will give me 2. Falling Upwards useful. And Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball is one of these fun ones because when it gets used, it gets turned into a random wild tile and it triggers Pump Run as well. So we'll draw some more tiles and get this. Right. So we can get a bit more song, that's nice. And Glitter Bomb for next turn. Again, it's not for a huge amount, but at this point we're not getting a decent amount of attack tiles coming out, so it's better than nothing. How's this going to... That's not going to be enough. I will lose my perfected bonus, unfortunately. Now I get the defense tiles. Oh, but I've still got to get a heck of a lot of defense, so... Well, I'm just going to build up a little bit of that defense because I can't refill past a lot anyway, so we'll now do that with the green dragon. Get the full 4. Again, not overly helpful. Tiles are not being very generous today, to be honest. Because all I'm playing here, I'm going to do that Disco Fiasco just purely to get myself that little bit of extra defense, because at this point, if I'm not careful, I'm going to start hitting into I can't defend, and he's just going to take me out. So yeah, 27 left. And I'm not even getting any of my decent redraw tiles coming out. And I can't defend against that 11 at all. Right, there we go. At least get one round. again, no point in using out my sing styling at this point, just because it's going to have no benefit. Okay. This, however, will be a bit better. We've got more than enough in the song, so let's take out another 6 and get rid of all those. Attack the boss for all song values combined. We have 1 song tile. Definitely at this point, priority is defense. But there's another little bit of taking him down. And straight up to 31. Well, at this point, I'm just going to throw in that hand. I know the glitter bomb, but let's see what we get back out again. Now, that should take him below the amount of song, which means he's frozen. So, can I attack for 3? The way this game's been going, it might not have given me the right attack tiles. But given my fluff right at the start, I'm grateful to have completed that level. Would be very interesting to think how it could have gone hadn't I not played out the wrong tile right at the start. So, right. Taking the strike down a little bit, but at this point, the cuteness isn't going to help, and I'd rather get a few more birds out for Disco Fiasco. But what we've got now is the fire, which I don't yet have any tiles that can defend me from fire, which is a bit of a pain. Right, so first up, let's play that lot out, build up my defense. And then do a 27 attack on the boss. 23 with his shield. Okay. Right, I think this is where we pull out our cuteness, because I really want to take both Feather Fall and Feather Gear down. In fact, I can take Feather Fall out completely, which is good. And we'll get our extras. And I'm just going to boost up that defense, and then gonna do the green dragon first, even though that gets me slightly less song, because if I end up drawing any more birds, then they'll have the song applied to them as well. No, but no. Yeah, what I'd really like is the ability to take the Shrike down. There we go, frozen. And we see Jimmy instead. 2, 3 and a 4 should easily get us defended. Again, our problem, Shrike was nicely far down, and we're now got Marjorie instead, and Marjorie is deaf to our song. So at this point we are definitely going to call on Featherfall. No point in Pumperum, I've got that infinite. Exaltation, I don't think I've got any song on me right now, but it is useful. I've got one fire on me. Daring, unfortunately, brings out a slot hog, so rather not, if I can help it. Bit of that defense. So that's nice. That's frozen up Caligula and the Shrike, which means that each of those will take them down. Not quite enough to take the Shrike out completely, but I still need more defense, so I am opening up the Beekeeper, get the 2 tiles, get the 1,000 talons, and ooh, I like Choir. So what Choir gives us is that every time we play a tile, it will also add song values. So I think we're gonna grab that, and then grab defense. Okay, I would like it to have been more than 4, but I'm not going to complain on that one, because now we've frozen Jimmy, freed the Shrike. And with those 2 Phoenix tiles, I mean, they're technically not destroyed because they come back next turn, but they're taken out of this level, so that triggers Pumperum. So we can now use that to grab those 8s, and Magic 8 Ball gives us another wild tile, which means it triggers Pumperum again. I'm going to have a look and see if I've got anything to do with that song, because okay, Magic 8 Ball, Magic 9 Ball. I'm going to start off with the Get the Worm and then the Magic 8 Ball, because otherwise Magic 9 Balls risks taking out the other nice tiles. Oh, another Exaltation. Okay, at this point, I know I've got 17 left on Jimmy, but actually I'm going to... 7 left on Jimmy and 31, but I'm just going to leave that for now. Lose the Magic 9 Ball. Never mind. Random number generator always takes the one that you want. What I can do Now, going to discard that and do a 5, 5 and a 5. Which is nice, but so we've frozen everybody except Second Coming. But now let's see if we can do something with that. Right, I'll take the Graceful Saw, dodge that, and going to add to all song, and this one I think I've talked about before. It's really nice because it's adding it 9 now, but when it comes back next turn it will already have 9, and then it'll go plus whatever I add on to it. So this is nice. This has meant I now have frozen both Second Coming and the Abyss, so I don't have to worry about dodging their attacks. So we'll getting a bit frustrating. I don't have anything to do with all this nice song that I'm building up. And here comes the lead one. Of course, of course, of course. So going to play out the Graceful Sword just because that's a nice song tile, and I've got to be quite careful. No. Oh well. Just realised that no matter what I do, I'm going to take out the Abyss, so the glitter bomb will be just for whatever's on the Falconer. So I'm going to ignore that for now. We'll just end that turn. So, hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. So it shouldn't be too hard to take out. Okay. I've got chimes, so I should take out the Abyss, even though Craven Ravens is now protecting him. Yeah, because it's added a song and frozen him. Okay. But I still need a decent defense. Cool, upgraded our song tile, that's nice. I'm going to lose that glitter bomb, unfortunately. But I want to see what I can get with the falling upwards. Okay. That's good. Attack the boss for all the song values. So if we can get a couple more good tiles, add followers to song. Now that's nice. So let's add another chunky amount to our song. Freeze up Craven Ravens as well. And because this is the last round of getting our side hustle, I am going to open up one more bird. Multiply those song values by 2. Don't want to have too many of those because slot hogs can make things really nasty if we're not careful. But if we do that with the last of our chimes, take the boss down for 378. That's not bad. So I think at that point we will leave it there. And all of our buffs disappear at the same time. That's a bit sad. So that's a 12 we need to defend against Craven Ravens. Can't defend against that fire, and we've got Exaltation that we can use next turn, so we had Exaltation that we could use next turn. As a random number generator, and I have an oven going off, so excuse me for one moment. Okay, apologies about that. The perils of doing a recording while I'm also cooking supper. Okay, back where we were. Okay, and take those and boost up some defense. I know Magic 9 Ball is a bit of a risk with this, but it took our slot hog. Very happy about that. And if we boost that and freeze the Craven Ravens, then we don't have to worry about them till next turn. So that's not a nice hand in terms of defense, but fortunately, if we can do a 3, 4 and a 5 and a 3, 4, 5, is that going to be quite enough to get us to 24? Nice. Yep, from the combined amount. That's cool. So we're defended, and dude, I'll just get rid of the 5 because it'll get discarded for us anyway. Really want my Exaltation back now, please. There we go. Okay. So, use the Green Dragon and do that first because the Exaltation will bring a slot hog, but now slot hog becomes a problem for future me because it's in my draw pile. So, I don't want to open up a bird to take out Craven Ravens. No, I think I can wait till next turn because hopefully that will give us a decent thing here. Okay. I need 19 in total. 12 and 6 is not quite enough. So I'm going to have to open up a bird anyway. So let's do that now. If we do it that way, so it's frozen out the Craven Ravens and take him down, and let's hit the Falconer for a bit and get 3 guaranteed wild tiles. There you go. Cool. So fire up some of that song. A little bit of a waste of the defense, but let's take that glitter bomb sooner rather than later because don't want to risk losing it. I'm gonna discard all of these because then the slot hog is the one that'll get discarded. And I need a lot of defense, so I'll start with a bit of attack and we'll get some help. choose a tile to make sticky. No point in taking the dilute because I don't have enough wild tiles in hand, so we'll take the viral tweet. Oh, now that's nice. Let's freeze up the falconer, and then I don't have to worry about 36. There we go. And we'll get another nice tile. Right. Oh, nice. At this point I've got a potential that I can freeze him up just by having more song. There you go. So now he doesn't heal himself, which is also a good thing. Right. Actually, there's a pretty rubbish. Let's draw some more song. Now, we're not going to discard that because we'll do the falling upwards to discard everything and hopefully draw some higher power tiles. That's nice. Start off with taking him down. So, down now below his value of song, which means that we'll attack the boss for all his song and take him out. A bit easier than the beekeeper, but yeah, still not making good time, I'd say, with half an hour before we hit the poacher. But at this point I've got I'll start off with the in fact, let's start off with the chimes, and then the side hustle. So frozen up Hannibal at the start, and we'll get all of these nice things. Of course, what I would love is to have something to do with the song that I'm swacking onto Hannibal right now. I am actually going to leave that because I can take Hannibal out with song, well, no matter what I do. Oh, only one tile, okay. Was thinking about him being switched round, but he's not going to do that. So we'll just draw an upgraded tile because that's frozen him. And at this point, again, not particularly wanting to wake up the poacher, I'm going to take out falling upwards just because I want to be able to draw at least a few more tiles. I might come to regret that, but okay, we need some. Actually, we don't. We will just freeze Dino, then I don't have to worry about his defense. 4. So build those bits up and give big risk on the magic 9 ball that I lose. In fact, I'm just gonna discard the cuteness and the cold snap just to avoid them being transformed, but we can build up the song a bit to take out a chunk on the poacher. Right. And that's nicely cleared down our hand a bit as well, so hopefully we'll, there we go, draw out some birds and hopefully get something to do with the song that we're now building up. Okay. Takes out Fancy Ricky and freezes out, so now we have to worry about is Baudelaire's fire attack. Or fire that up, and then there we go, frozen Baudelaire. And before we go too much further, let's see if we can get somebody that can give us something. I do not want a Hail Mary. That is dangerous. So build up our defense just in case. Do it that way around, just in case we draw another bird. This third would like. Discard that down. Okay, I really would like something to do with this song because this is getting to be a decent amount, but can't do much if the right tiles don't come out. Well, we will, given it looks like we're not going to get much, what I'm going to do is build up some defense. This is literally just to clear my hand down a bit. Because I'm now going to deliberately build 2 slot hogs into my deck. And how we're taking out Dino and Baudelaire hit by hit there. Because now I'm going to play out, I'm going to do this around, in the song, play out a Barnstormer, and then we'll double that so we get 4 strengths instead of 2 strengths, but it also doubles up the amount of time we have for our song and our side hustle as well. Sadly, not quite able to create anything to do with our magic 8 ball, so we will end the turn there. And going to do a decent amount to take out Mother Claus because she's defended for 10 as well as her 17, but I do want to take her because I don't particularly want the Spawner surprise, and don't particularly want Baudelaire's luring a tile, but don't have to worry so much about that. And there we go. There's Macabre. And Macabre is also going to pull out the next tile to face us. Actually, no. We'll use our seeds to get some more tactiles while we've got a decent amount of strength. Hit sadly can't use those, so we'll just get rid of a couple of our low value tiles and get some nice stuff. Multiply by 2, we like that, and we like refilling our hand as well. So, multiply that up. Draw out a tile for every opponent while we've got 2 opponents on the board. There's fiery cable. Play out some song. This will take Macawber out. And refill. Okay, at this point, happy just to leave that because we can't do anything to attack the poacher, so we'll just take that through. And quite nicely, it was our slot hog that got discarded. So we've now got to sort out Joseph. So we'll get a couple of extra random wild tiles from our magic 8 balls. Seven there, and the stereo. Didn't clear my space down properly there. Never mind. Now, of course, what I'd love here is, because this is a really nice hand of song, is to see if we can get something. Ah, that's nice. Attack each opponent with their song value. So, let's build this up. So, freeze out Joseph, don't have to worry about fire damage. Take that up. And then Lucky Break's a bit of a random, destroying 3 tiles, but we'll get extra from our pumper on. But there we go, so nice build up. We'll take out Joseph, but also there you go. Decent hit on the poacher. Okay, and now the poacher is awake. Glitter bomb this time, and 0 song on screen, so that's a bit of a pain. So we'll boost up defense at the start, because otherwise Repent You will absolutely take me down. And use 1,000 Talons to do it this way. I'll need to draw some more strength tiles, but to add 7 strength is very useful against the poacher. Poacher's going to destroy 3 tiles at this point. So I'm just going to discard the ones that I like, and pulled up the file tweet. I know there's a risk that he's also going to destroy some of these 3, but we shall see how that goes. Destroy song. Didn't take out drone. That's good. The others I'm less stressed about. Oh, King Mob's taken out no matter what, but let's start boosting up the song on the poacher, and also just using these high value attack tiles. Cool. So I've got crescendo there. I'm still going to need a decent chunk of defense, so don't have to worry about more birds, so I'm just using that bounty core. Oh, I always like Rubicon. I like Rubicon a lot. We'll just build up the defense first. And do our Rubicon to refill our hand completely. So it's only a little bit that we're actually attacking him with, but a pretty decent extra stuff coming into our hand, and hopefully so at this point I'm going to start using things like stereo to double, even though we get the slot hogs, but we can transform a slot hog into something, which is nice. Do that. Down 75. Right, there we go. It just doesn't matter which of the wild tiles we use.
Fly free, little sparrow.
So that was definitely a game that felt a lot easier the further it went. Obviously, I did not get my boss perfected. I did not get my no kings bonus. So, yeah, not a great score. But given I made that mistake at the start and a couple of other things where I probably, in hindsight, could have played the tiles a different way around, I'm pleased I got through it. I did think at one point with the beekeeper I was not going to complete level 1, but yeah, 49 minutes. I think that's the longest I have taken with a game. So if you made it to the end, well done, and I will see you next time. Kia ora.